In Spanish, it means the anvil, and at nearly 3,500 feet, it provides a backstop for tropical winds whipping off the Caribbean. And when they reach those heights and cool, you get a rainforest. Yunque is the Taino word for the white lands. Some say that's where it got its name. And when you see it like this, that makes sense. Wherever the name came from, to the Taino, it was the home of Yukahu, the god of creation. And there is something of a feeling you're in the Garden of Eden when you enter this forest. It can be difficult to get tickets to this national park online, but for the resourceful traveler, there are other options. We got shut out for tickets to El Yunque National Park, so we booked a last-minute adventure with a company called Spot-In Tours. It's a pretty below-the-radar site, but it was inexpensive, they had room at the last minute, and as we approached the trailhead on the empty, beautiful back roads on the south side, we knew we were lucky to get a spot in this group hike. See what I did there? The area they were taking us to is strictly for hiking and provides a much more intimate experience than from a car. Our guide Ian briefed us on responsible hiking practices for the mountain, and we set out.
So we're going to a different part of El Yunque with different waterfalls from the national park. So, you come to a place like this, you're always going to deal with crowds. And, on the road less traveled, it's nice to see a part of the park that most people actually don't get to go see. And it's already looking beautiful.
If you think you're going to keep anything dry on this hike, think again. Nearly 20 feet of rain falls here every year, sculpting the mountain's craggy cliffs and feeding the life-giving rivers. The footing here can be treacherous, full of thick clay mud and deep puddles, and you have to be ready to get both wet and dirty. But hey, isn't that kind of the point of hiking in a rainforest?
It's raining in the rainforest. Imagine that.
We made our way through the lush scenery along the trail, literally soaking it all in. Observing the life cycle in a rainforest is an affirmation of life's greatest mystery. What happens to living things when their energy transforms? Plants decompose to make soil. Fallen trees create openings for sunlight to break through. According to Ian, Hurricane Maria destroyed just about the entire canopy here, and that a pre-Maria hike would have been in comparative darkness. So now, with the added sunlight from above, the lower stories of vegetation are greener and more lush. But with the year-by-year raising of the temperatures and the decreasing intervals of catastrophic hurricanes, these smaller trees have a precarious future. The privilege of hiking in a rainforest is always invigorating, and the payoff for this hike was world-class. By the time we reached this giant ceiba tree, we were all ready to cool off.
Well, the guide says because of the filtration system through all these rocks here, that the water here is safe to drink, so I'm going to give it a little shot. Ooh, like a fresh spring rainforest.
But before we get to the big fun, I want to spend a moment with this amazing ceiba tree. Talk about nature's classroom. An entire unique ecosystem is sprung up around the captured rain, in an example of nature taking advantage of what's available. Now let's have some fun. This portion of the hike is what separates it from anything you'll experience in the national park. Does it get any better? Well, the short answer is yes. The lush jungle provides a backdrop for the deep swim pools and natural water slides that make dreams about the rainforest come true.